Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jolene and I'm the author of the Glory MC series as well as the MOONRISE Beach series. So for today's Vlogmas video, I am going to be doing a flip through of my Hobonichi weeks. So I think the last time I did a flip through was back in August, so it's actually been quite a long time since I have updated you guys on how I've been using it, but I'm happy to note that I have been using this every day. This has become a planner that I really rely on. It's just so functional for me, and I just really love it. I have changed up my cover here. I did order from Estelle's Black Friday sale. If you guys missed that video, I did just upload it so you guys can check it out. But this is one of the planner covers that I got. This is the Sicily Weeks cover. So it fits the Hobonichi weeks perfectly, and I have it in the cherry blossom color. So this color is kind of like a nude pink. It does have a little bit of like a peachy undertone to it, but I think it's really lovely, and I thought that it matched my cherry blossom weeks perfectly, and so I moved into it as soon as possible. So this is what the planner cover looks like. You do have this kind of adjustable strap here at the back, so you can actually make it bigger or smaller depending on the size of your planner. You do also have these two loops here, and the idea behind it is that you can actually attach a chain, which you can also buy from her shop, to make it into a crossbody bag or use it as a clutch. But I'm not currently using it like that. I'm just using it as a cover for my Hobonichi. But this I do use as my everyday carry, and it does stay in my purse. But I do have my pen gems in here. This is the pistachio color. It's like a mint. Really pretty, and I have it with the gold hardware, and that fits pretty perfectly in the little pen loop here. This cover does have the strings on it, so you have 4 elastics, and I actually have my Hobonichi weeks housed on actually one of them here. I have put it in the back pocket here. It does fit, but it doesn't fit with the cover on it. So you would have to use it without it. So instead of keeping it in there, I decided that I would put it on the strings. Now I do have my 2022 setup already out, so if you guys want to know how I'm going to be using the Hobonichi next year, go ahead and check out that video. But I show you how I put my Hobonichi weeks on the strings without having it go through this. So yeah, check out that video if you guys are interested. But this is the regular weeks in here, and I have the Disenka cover on it. On the other elastic here, I have this insert. This is from Simply Gilded. I do have a referral link to Simply Gilded if you guys are interested. So you guys can find that referral link down below. But in here, this is actually my reference book. So since this is a planner that changes year to year, there are some information, contacts, things like that I want to keep on hand with me when I'm out and about, that I don't want to have to keep rewriting every year when I get a new Hobonichi. So that kind of information is going to stay in this reference book. This is just a dot grid, and in here I keep things like emergency contacts, family contacts. I have a grocery guide in here that I don't check off. It's just something that I look at to kind of create my grocery list for that week. I also have things like medication. My dad's medication information is in here, things like that in case of like an emergency or something that I may need on the go. Nothing gets checked off in here. It's not really to-do lists or things like that, or like an inbox. It's just something that I keep on hand to reference as I, am making my list for the week. So this has come in handy. I have a few of these, so I just keep them in every Hobonichi cover that I have, and I really love it because it does have the rose gold foiling, which I feel like matches this cover really perfectly. I am thinking about putting like an inbox or like a list or daily insert here on the other 2 strings that I have here. I'm thinking of making them available in my shop. So if you guys are interested in TN size inserts made for the Hobonichi or like this kind of style cover, then let me know and I can make that available in my shop. There's a pocket here. I don't have anything in here. You have a bunch of card pockets in here. All I have is just this Rose Colored Days journaling card. It says good vibes only, again in the rose gold. I have a couple of die cuts from Simply Gilded. I have some stickers in here just so if I want to use it, and then this die cut is also from Simply Gilded. On the little zipper, I do have this adorable charm. This is from Fluffy Angel Stationery. And then in here, I really love this pocket because it's so functional. I keep my functional sticker icons in here. So these are all from ArieBea's shop. I have her mini minimals here, so I use a bunch of these. And this is on matte, like white matte sticker paper. And then these ones are her translucent dot stickers. She has them in like hearts as well, and then some icons. I use these in my weeklies, and then I use these guys in my monthlies. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I use my Hobonichi weeks, but I love to keep this all in here. I think it's more functional for me than having the back pocket. I just feel like it's easier to get into. But I do have my pen here. So one of the reasons why I liked putting it on the strings rather than tucking it in here is because I can have this extra pen loop and use that. So I've just been using the one that comes with the planner. I do have a stencil in here and some stickers and post-it notes. I do have this kit that I used from ArieBea's shop, and I just put my important dates here. So that has filled up quite nicely. On this perpetual calendar, I keep track of anniversaries and also important dates, and then I keep track of my work schedule. So this is everything that I have to do for work. All my tabs are from ArieBea's shop as well. And in the monthly section, I'm not going to show you them because I do use it for finance, but basically I keep track of my balance every week here. I write down whenever I spend, like the amount and the store. I also write down my paydays, and then here at the bottom you have like some checklists. So I just put my goals for the month, and that's like financial goals, so it's very specific. So I keep that in here, and then this little clip is from Sweet Paper Bliss, and then this clip up here is from Create with Pen. So I use a combination of kits. Sometimes I just use washi and some character or icon stickers, but I will show you where we kind of left off last time. So I think this is where we left off last time. But as you guys can see, sometimes I use sticker kits, sometimes I don't. But I have been using the Hobonichi weeks pretty much the same way as I have been for the last several years. The Hobonichi weeks is special for me because it's the only planner that I write my events in as well as my to-dos, and then I also do some journaling in here. So I don't do that in any other planner. I just prefer to have my journaling in a different planner for the most part. However, I really like it in this one just because it's so small and it really helps me jog my memory if there's a time when I'm not able to print out my pictures and journal in my A6 journal. So an example would be like my mom passed away in September, and so for a good 2 months I wasn't able to print out my pictures every week like I normally do. So that was a routine that I was able to keep up with up until then. Every Saturday I would print out my pictures and spend some time, sticking them in my journal and just writing little bits and pieces, memories every single day. Obviously, when something like a death happens of a loved one, you don't have that kind of time, and so I found that I was still able to keep up with my highlight of the day in this section and then write something down here in the other side. I found that that really saved me from, having empty pages. As much as I love this planner before, it became even more integral to me after my mom passed away. And so, yeah, this is definitely a setup or a system of planning that I don't think I will ever stop doing now that I've realized that. So I've just done a quick flip through. As you guys can see, I do use icon stickers. I do use parts of a kit. Sometimes I do use a full kit. It just kind of depends. But basically, I kind of divide the pages up. I actually extend this line here to go all the way across. So this is actually one day here. And then if you look at the sections like this going down, this column here is my events for the day. So anything I have going on that's kind of scheduled already will go in here. This section here is my to-do list. This column here is for the highlight of the day, and then here is the journaling section. So I will write things about how my writing day went, how I felt, or whatever happened that day, and that has been really helpful in helping me keep up with my other journal in case I fall behind or something else happens like that. I just keep my pages together with an ollie clip. This one is the leopard one. It's in the large size. I do also use the small size, but this is the one I'm currently using in here. So I'll continue to kind of go through my pages. As you guys can see, most of it is just pen. And then I do use a little bit of stickers just to add a few bits and pieces here, but I don't go too crazy with it. Most of my kits are from either Samantha May Sticks or Paper Crown Planner. Paper Crown Planner is a printable store, so this is something that I printed and cut myself on my silhouette, and I really prefer that. I think it looks really good. You have the date numbers there. It's really, really cute. Typically I can use a kit for like a month or so because of the way I use it. Here is mostly writing, as you guys can see, so I don't find myself needing to use one whole kit in 1 week. But this is December now, so I used a Christmas kit, but I have started using my 2022 planner, so after this week I'll probably move into that and stop using this one. But I do have some of the pages still filled out, and like I said, the only thing I do is just extend the line over, and then I'll just write in it whenever the week comes. At the back here, I do use the grid pages as my reading journal. So I am a professional book reviewer, and so I read a lot of books. I also review a lot of books, and so I needed a place to keep track of my thoughts on those books and have it on the go with me, because I do read when I go out sometimes. So I have this printable here. I have written down my favorite books of the year. Sadly, I don't actually have that many. I'm really picky with books now. I guess that is kind of the downside of being an author yourself and also reviewing more than 4,000 books. You do get a little bit more picky as the years go on. But I do have a new version of this printable in my shop, Jolene Printables. So if you guys are interested in a reading journal like this, then you can find it in my shop. You can see it in my 2022 Hobonichi week setup. I do have 3 colorways. I have it in a pink, pastel, and also like a sage colorway. The sage one is really, really popular right now, so definitely check it out if you guys are into reading like I am. But I have put down a little bit of washi here, and I have actually written out my best books of 2021. So I used to do this when I had a blog, a book blog, and we used to do these kind of best of at the end of the year. So I have my different categories here. I have the best new release, best new to me book, best new series, favorite hero, favorite heroine, best cover, biggest letdown, best couple, best sex scene, and then author of the year. And I've just filled in my favorites of the year. So if you guys are interested in book recommendations, then I would definitely check these ones out. They are some of my favorites. But after this, we go straight into my reading journal. So basically all I do is I write the title, the author name, the star rating out of 5, what genre it is, and also the series and the book number of that series. And it's been working really, really well for me. As you guys can see, I have been keeping up with it all year round. This is actually my 2nd year doing this reading journal, and I just find it so functional. In the past, I have printed out the covers of the books, but I just found that process to be so tedious. If you're like me and you read more than 100 books in a year, printing out 100 little pictures is just way too much for me. So I just abandoned that idea, and I'm just going really functional. So I just decorate with a little bit of washi. All this washi is from Simply Gilded, and I will divide up the pages into 3. So I have 3 books on each page, and that has been working really well for me. I keep track of my notes so I can reference this and write the review for the website that I write for. But now that I have seen this, I am going to change things up for next year. I am going to make it even more functional for me by kind of changing the style of how I have this formatted. So that's the only thing that's going to change, but for the most part, it's going to stay largely the same. So I just use this little clip to hold my spot there. And then at the very back here, I do have this printable from my shop. This is one of my Year at a Glance printables, and this is the cute font with the pink colorway. I do have it in a classic minimal font and a gray colorway if you are more of a minimal planner. But we have a Sunday and Monday start available, and this is the 1-page version. I do have this calendar in the 2-page version as well, so all the 2022 Hobonichi designs are in the shop. You can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. But I was using this as a no-spend calendar, but as you guys can see, in June I fell off the bandwagon on it. I am going to be moving my finance stuff out of this planner into rings. I just find that I don't need it in this planner, so that's why I stopped doing it. But over here I have this vellum sticky note, and I just have my monthly routine and weekly routine written down on there. And then here on the My 100 page, I'm keeping track of the books reviewed, so I do need to update this. I have reviewed a lot more, but this is different than the books read because I don't review every single book that I read. So I just have that there, and then I have my pink grid, which is available in my shop. I do have it in the gray version and also a lined version, so I can just write some extra notes in here. So I have a couple of those, and then here, this is a printable, again from my shop, Jolene Printables. This is the gray colorway here, and I have it in the classic fonts. And this yearly tracker I'm using to keep track of my stats for my books. So it goes from January to December here, and I've been keeping track of all the genres that I read. So for example, cozy mystery, contemporary, science fiction, new adult, urban fantasy, women's fiction, mystery, thrillers, all that. And what I've been doing is I kind of tally up the number of books I've read in that genre. So for example, in November, I read 1 contemporary book. I read 5 cozy mysteries, and I read 1 science fiction book. So it's just nice to be able to see that all at a glance. Since I am a book reviewer, I feel like it's really important for me to read a bunch of different genres and not only romance, because that's what I write in. I like to be able to read as much as I can. I think it's really important, especially if you're an author. So I have that going all the way to the back here. So this is an example of the cute font with the pink colorway. And then here, this is the gray colorway. And on this habit tracker, it's exactly the same thing. I have been keeping track of whether it's a debut author, a new to me author, a favorite author, and an audiobook. So as you guys can see, this whole entire year I have not listened to a single audiobook, which is a little bit sad, but I've been listening to music a lot more than listening to books lately, so that's the main reason. I'm really into K-pop, so that's all I've been listening to this year. So I'm probably not going to add that for next year, but I am going to keep these other categories. And then at the bottom here, I keep track of the star rating. So I have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and I just keep track of how many books I've read with those star ratings. So for example, I had 0 5 stars in November, but I had 3 4 stars and 7 3 stars. So that kind of just tells you at a glance of how that reading month went. So I have been putting my Hobonichi printables on the Japanese writing here at the back because otherwise I wouldn't be able to use it. So that's how I've been utilizing and making the pages here at the back more functional for me. With these printables, you're really able to customize them. I have a ton of different designs and kind of styles in the shop, so feel free to browse. I will have 2021's designs in the shop. I think a lot of you have requested them to remain in the shop, so I'm thinking about bringing them back. Some of them have left the shop already, but if you guys would like the 2021 designs as well as the 2022 designs in the shop, just let me know and I will put them back up for you. But I just have some sticky notes from Kiki K, and like I said, I do have my Uni Jetstream pen here. And then the very last thing I have here is this little jelly pocket. I got this from Happy Scrapping. I love this little like scallop detail. You guys know that I love the scallop detailing. It's all over my inserts, and it's even more cute because you have the little hearts there, but it's like a jelly, like sparkly jelly material. And in here I'm keeping like my Hobonichi kits inside. So they fit really nicely in there, and I just keep that tucked there. And then I also have my pencil board. This is one that I got a few years back. I'm thinking about getting the navy and pink though, because I think it's gorgeous. So yeah, that is my setup. I think this will be the final setup that I do for this year. Like I said, I have already started using my 2022 one. So definitely check out that setup if you guys haven't already. If you guys have any questions on my setup here or any of the printables that you saw from my shop, then let me know. Once again, you guys can use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. But that is my video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Have a nice day.